Okay, thanks. All right, bye.
People were always telling me that I looked really small, and I didn't really pay much mind to it. I was just like, oh, I'll get bigger. Everyone's different with their pregnancies. And then I went in to see his gender, and the ultrasound technician, she was kind of looking uneasy at my stuff, that all his measurements. I asked her what was wrong, and she said she couldn't confirm nor deny anything. So then 2 days later, I visited my doctor, and she said that my baby's severely growth restricted and that she can't accommodate any of my needs here. So then I got referred to Marshfield Hospital. So that's when I found out. I didn't even go into labor. I don't even know what contractions feel like, actually. I had developed preeclampsia, and they were watching my heart, my blood pressure, and it kept going really high, and then his heart rate started dipping down a lot, and they were monitoring me for all night. And then I called my mom at 5 a.m, telling her I feel like it's not gonna go so good. And right when she got there at 7 a.m, like, yeah, you're having him today. And like an hour and a half later, they went to emergency C-section, and I had him.
Amarion was born premature at about 26 weeks, and at that time he wasn't able to breathe by himself, so he was admitted in the neonatal intensive care unit, where they put a breathing tube in him and they started supporting him.
He was 1 pound 1 ounce when he was born, so I could hold him in my hands like this. And the complications he had, he couldn't breathe on his own because the lungs are the last to develop in the human body in the womb. So he came at 26 weeks, so he was super tiny. His lungs weren't developed.
He has some type of bony defect due to which his bones do not develop normally. And that made his bones soft, and it affected his breathing passages. That was a lot softer than it should be. So when he would try to take a breath, as air was moving through it, it would collapse and he couldn't breathe. So as long as he was on a breathing machine, a ventilator, which was pushing air into him under pressure, it was able to get air in and air would come out. But when he tried to breathe by himself, these breathing tubes would collapse and he wasn't able to breathe. And finally, he had a tracheostomy done. They took the breathing tube out and they put a tube which went directly into his neck. And so he was then transferred to the pediatric ICU.
He was there from October 2017 to May 2018. And then we went up to the PICU. He still wasn't doing the best. And in the NICU, they don't deal with as older kids. Those are for like newborns and like babies like that. And after 7 months, he was getting a little big for that. And so we went to PICU, and they made us, we had our own little room, and they had it all decorated for us with his name on his door, and like animals hanging up from the ceiling for him to look at, and made it really homey for us.
The biggest problem was that he was so sick. He required such high pressures to keep his lung open that at any time, if anything went wrong, he could have a cardiac arrest and his heart could stop. So we just couldn't even dream of sending him out. So he had to stay in the ICU till his lungs got better, till the pressures we needed to ventilate him came back down to normal.
I just wanted to be able to do more, and I couldn't. And I wanted to give him to be like any other babies, and I felt like I couldn't give him that, and it was my fault. It was a very difficult time for me.
Slowly, as he began to get better and better, we began to use those opportunities we had to sort of work with him.
They'd do like paintings with him, and they'd play with toys, like a lot of motor things that they were trying to work on with him. Just like simple things he had to like relearn. Like you would think just a baby just picking up things, like he had to learn that really hard. So just them playing with him and interacting with them helped him repeat his actions enough so he could start to remember things.
So you would walk past his room and he would be looking out at us, and then you look at him and then he'll give you this beaming smile. It was literally, come and play with me. And sometimes we went in and we had to go in and play with him. So that was very nice.
He's never been outside. He's never felt the wind, the air. He's never physically felt sun on his skin ever. So the first time I took him out, It was very shocking for him, because imagine you not feeling any type of air, any type of warmth on your skin like that, and just it be so bright in your face and the wind touching it. He did not like the wind. He was trying to swat it away and it wouldn't go away, so he got upset. But he as we started doing it more, he liked it a lot more. Like, that was like one of the biggest moments they could have ever given to me, because we felt so isolated for so long. It was just nice to, you know, he can have some normalcy. We were there for 121 days. The day we were coming home, I don't think I could have prepared for that. It was just kind of like, wow, like I actually have my baby in the car. I didn't even know how to get him into the car at first. I actually had to practice with like his ventilator and his oxygens. I never taken him anywhere, so it was just amazing to be able to take him home. Like, wow, my baby's actually in the car. I never thought we were like gonna leave. Thought we were gonna be there forever. So it was just really nice to like, take my baby home.
That was incredible. I mean, in the ICU you have times when you are sad, but sometimes you have these times when these kids go home, and that's always a special occasion.
So when we got home, he wasn't even bearing weight at all. He wasn't even doing that. But now he's crawling, he's sitting up by himself, he's starting to walk by himself with his little push walker now. He loves to talk all the time. Like, he's always talking. Makes a little squeaky noise because he has a cuff trach, but he's still talking. What else? He eats orally by mouth now. He's very observant. Like, he knows when you're like leaving, coming, just likes to absorb everything. And he loves books. He loves when you read to him. And he loves his word party show that teaches him all his like opposites and stuff like that.
Amarion's care is a team effort. I mean, when you have a child like him, you really need a whole team, which includes the parents, which includes the primary care physicians at home. It's like it's a team which works to improve the health of the child.
They're all loving and they actually do care. They don't just treat their job as a job. They take it personal.
I told Keisha, I said, some of my gray hairs are because of your son.
A lot of people doubted him, but I never did, though. He had a 5% chance at life, actually, you know, and he made that and he beat that. I just want him to do whatever his little heart desires, like whatever he's interested in, we're gonna go for it. Like, I want him to grow up and know that just because he was disabled or has special needs doesn't mean that that's gonna stop him from anything. Being different's beautiful.